Immortal John Hancock. And what's up with this Atari Creep? It's probably some millennial thinking he's cool with some new site or something. Come on.
What's up? Creepers and Geekers, Chris the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Let me take a sip of my coffee. Isn't that good? Hey, it looks like we have a visitor here today. My buddy Mr. T800 showed up. And what's that in your hands, Mr. T800? It's a flower, you fat Irish bug. Okay, super duper. You know, I'm going to leave him in the corner as much as I can as a symbol, and I'm not going to talk about what the symbol is. You can take it however you like. But as Sarah Connor said, and I will paraphrase, if a machine can learn the value of human life, I'm pretty fucking sure we can too. So now let's talk about a third-party controller that I feel gets a lot of negative flack. And at first I would have agreed with it, but I think now it's a little unnecessary. I think this actually would benefit any true retro player, old as me, or someone just getting into it. And that's the TurboTouch 360 by a company called Triax. I remember these commercials very distinctly coming home from school and watching G.I. Joe, Mask, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and these weird commercials would pop up in between, whatever, showing this controller. And remember, if you order this now, you'll get a free button. God, I remember that very distinctly. But much like you, I probably just scarfed at its claims, much like I do with a lot of gimmicky controllers. And this controller is very gimmicky. We'll talk about why in a little bit, but I won't bring it up just yet. So I hung on to this thing, and I never really gave it a shot. One day, I wanted to do a video about Truxton, but there had been 100 reviews, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. I remembered I had this. So I decided to make a video playing Truxton with this controller on its hardest level to see if it's even possible to do. And before that, I had tested it out to make sure it works, and it worked. I went left, the character went left, and all the way around. All the buttons worked, turbo features worked no problem. But I never really gave it a shot. So that day, I put forth a challenge to myself. And I was able to play the game. I wasn't able to play it as well as I normally would with a regular D-pad, but it worked fairly well. So that was the genesis, no pun intended, of what I actually do with this. Now, one of the claims to it was it would improve gameplay, much like all third-party controllers. And I believe it actually does that, but not in its intended purpose. Another one of its claims that it would relieve fatigue on your hand. And that's true, too, because there's honestly nothing to press here. It's no different than me just touching this table. It's got some weird capacitor, touch-sensitive something or other. I'm not going to get into the science of it because I don't know anything about it, nor do I give a shit. But you get your buttons here. And if you remember correctly, all the games from back in the day, they were tough. They were hard games. Nintendo hard is the expression that we use. I have found with this controller that if you pop a game in and you play with this controller, and you get used to its little idiosyncrasies here, that if you get well at the game playing with this, once you put a real controller into the system, one that has precision, one that is quality, your gameplay actually does improve. And I have two examples right here. The first one is Mr. Ghouls and Ghosts, and the other one, Contra Hard Corps. I know my copy sucks, but you know what? It works. And I'm happy. I was so pissed off at Contra because it was so fucking hard to me that I actually sold it for $10 after I had bought it. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I remember that was a fire sale. I tried this thing for about a week, and I just could not get it to do its thing. And it pissed me off so bad that I wanted it out of my house. I've recently gotten a copy of it, and I've played it with this. And though it does make it really hard with this, once you get the hang of it, again, you put something in your hands that has a little more precision, you are good to go. So consider this like a Rocky training montage kind of tool. It's a training tool, not an actual application tool, so to speak. Yes, it does prevent thumb fatigue. As long as you're not holding it like this and your thumb's a little bit angled like this, you're good to go, especially if you have a fat thumb that doesn't mind the wide swing in direction, because you do have to literally be against this edge here in order for it to register movement. But it does relieve fatigue, and I am able to play longer with it. And the other bizarre thing, the last thing truly to note about this controller is it was actually endorsed by a medical professional, a orthopedic surgeon who specialized in sports medicine, I believe. I don't remember his name. I remember reading about that. Now, whether that's true or not, I can't say 100%. I'm going to go with it being true because I just like the wacky history of things, and that's fucking wacky that a medical professional in this time period would actually endorse a video game product. There were 3 total. I don't have the Nintendo ones for the NES or the SNES. I would love to get them for the exact same reason as this. I'm not very good at platformers on the NES, such as Mega Man and stuff like that. I'd love to play Mega Man 2 with a controller like this. Build up my skills and then come back with the actual NES D-pad. So guys, thanks as always for watching. Do you have one of these? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm sure I'm going to get 100 comments saying this thing sucks. And that's fine. Your opinion does matter. But I feel it's a really good tool, and it can actually improve your gameplay, just not in the way it was initially intended to. You know what I mean? But yeah, go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback's positive. Guys, thank you as always so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up, folks? The Creep here. Thank you as always so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for more. You can follow The Creep on social media, and feel free to reach out at any time here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Creep would love to hear from you. And as always, thank you, take care, and bye-bye.